Hey Teletizens, I am your lecturer, Aji Gautama Putrana. The course name is Thesis Proposal, and we have reached week 3 where we are going to discuss about postgraduate literature study, where the last video is about presentation of master's literature study results. In the previous video, we mainly discussed about three things. First is how to read your paper. Second is how to synthesize your paper and finding for the research gap. And lastly, how to define the research gap in your paper. So you have read your papers, you have understood it, and you have defined the gap in our literature study. Now the last step is to report your paper. In a presentation of literature study results, you can report it in forms of a report document, or you can report in forms of a slide. This is depends on what your lecturer will ask you to do. But basically, you will have a table that has information about the paper that you have read. So this is the table that I mentioned to report your literature study. First column is the reference. For example, you can insert the reference number, for example, 1, 2, or 10, or you can also mention the authors. For example, the author is Smith, then Smith et al. With the citation number. And here you write the brief method, the brief topic of the paper that you have read, and strength and weakness. So strength is basically the contribution of the paper. The something in that paper that you cannot find in other paper is called the strength. And the weakness is, of course, the research gap that you have defined from the paper. So this is, once again, the research gap that you have defined from the paper that, if you feel, can be the can become the topic of your own thesis. So lastly, this is the most solid example for your report when you have made your literature study. So this is the reference. The reference mentions the author, the year of the paper, and also the citation number. Don't forget, if you write at all, it is written in italic because it is foreign language. And basically, we have 7 different papers here, which proposes 7 different things. The topic is about IDS for IoT architecture. So all of them use different methods in IDS. There is LSTM, there is SVM, there is federated learning, there is GAN, and different methods have a different strength. But basically, they are all about accuracy. For example, SVM is for feature extraction, feature selection, and federated learning is for balancing distributed architecture, and LSTM is for time-based patterns, and GAN is for imbalance. But basically, none of them have addressed the one thing that you want to propose for your thesis that is about compactness, small model size, and efficiency, because IoT needs real-time solution. So basically, you want to mention that all of them are slow and all of them are time intensive, and things that will lead to your solution, which is using a more compact, more efficient model for your future work. And so that is an example for your related works or literature study in your thesis. And that is the end of video 6, and also the end of the third week discussion. In this discussion, we discuss mainly about literature study, and hopefully next week you can all present your literature study to your lecturer. Thank you for your attention, and goodbye.